Hey guys, this is Siddhi from Best of Beauty and welcome back to my channel. So as you all know that I'm doing this series on eyeshadow application and I've done part 1 of this video. So if you haven't seen that already, make sure you watch that before you watch this video. So in the previous video, I showed you guys how you can apply one eyeshadow all over your lid, and I also told you guys what sort of tools to use to blend and apply eyeshadows. And in this tutorial, I'm actually going to show you how you can layer eyeshadows and use 2 of them on your eyes. And I'm obviously going to simplify the process for you and make it much easier for you to understand. So just grab your eyeshadow palettes and your tools and let's just get started with the video. But before that, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit the red subscribe button so that you're notified with all of the videos that I'm putting up, and let's get started. So the reason I picked up this topic is because I feel like during this lockdown, we all of us are at home, and I feel like this is the best time where you can learn some makeup skills as well. And that's the reason, just grab your eyeshadow palette and let's begin with this tutorial. As I said that today I'm going to show you all how to use 2 eyeshadows, and for that we need these 2 brushes right here. So first up we have this one, which is the eyeshadow application brush, which we also used in our first video, and this is obviously going to make sure that you apply the eyeshadow on top of the eyelid. And second one is this one right here, which is a blending brush, which looks something like this. So as you can see, it is a bit fluffy, so you're going to blend the eyeshadow in your crease right here. And as I had mentioned in my last video as well, crease is basically this folded area right here, which you can see, and this is going to place the product directly over there and then blend it as well. So these are the 2 brushes that you need. So first, you always start by applying the eyeshadow in your crease, and this is the crease area right here. And the color that you go for is usually the one that will complement the color which you're going to put on top of the eyelid. So the shade that you can actually use in your crease is something like a really nice light brown color, which is just going to add that depth and definition to your eyes. And I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette today, and there are a bunch of shades that you can use in your crease from this particular palette. So I'm just going to show you. As you can see, like, these are the colors, these light browns and these beiges that you typically use in your crease, and that's how they add that sort of definition and dimension and makes it look even more nicer. So today I'm actually going to be using this warm orange shade right here. So what you do with the blending brush is, again, pick up the product, okay, just coat your brush with it. Again, make sure you dust off the excess. Now what you do is you look straight into the mirror and then you place the brush right here, okay, because this is where your crease is, and then you just keep going back and forth in this direction. So as you can see that this palette is really pigmented, so it packed on the color in just one go. So I'm just going to show you what I did again, so I'll get an idea of it. So what you do is, again, you hold the brush right here, which is at the end, and then you just put it right here in the center where your crease is, and then you just go back and forth, and then you just keep blending it. This motion is just going to ensure that there is no harsh deposit of color in just like one area. So you keep doing that. And as I had mentioned in the earlier video as well, that my eyes are really small, so when I open up and see directly in front, there is barely any lid space that you can see, and that's the reason I tend to apply the eyeshadow a little bit higher in the crease, because then you can clearly see the color as well. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other eye, because I obviously want both of the eyes to look even, so that's the reason I tend to follow the same steps on both of the sides. Again, doing the same thing, taking the color, then dusting off the excess, and again putting it right here and then going back and forth. And in the beginning, you can obviously take less color on the brush to ensure that you don't pack on too much of it, and you keep blending it. So as you can see that I'm applying it on the crease, obviously in this motion, but I'm obviously taking a bit higher as well, so that my eyes look much bigger and you can actually see the shadows, rather than just applying it in the crease and obviously applying another shade on the eyelid, and then when I open my eyes you can barely see anything. So that's a great tip if you have smaller eyes. If you have bigger eyes, then I would obviously recommend staying in the crease right here and not applying too much above, because otherwise your eyes are going to look exceptionally big and you definitely don't want that. And then afterwards, obviously you're not going to have any product left on the brush because you've already applied it in the crease. So then you just go over it again to make sure that there are no harsh lines and everything looks well blended. So as you can see that the transition shade is really well blended, and now we move on to the second step, which is adding another shade on top of the eyelid. Now one more thing that I wanted to mention is that transition shades, which is basically the color that you use in the crease, are always matte in texture. So matte colors are basically all of these that don't have shimmer in them. So what I mean by that is, for example, if you select a shade like this, which is a nice shimmery brown, then you use a transition shade which is going to be a matte brown. So today the two shades that I have selected is obviously this one, which is like a really nice shimmery orange, and then to complement that I've used this, which is the transition shade, which is like a really nice matte orange shade. I really hope that you all are understanding. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, but if you all have still any queries, then make sure leave them in the comments down below. I always make sure that I answer all of your comments. Now we are going to move on to the second shade, which we will apply on top of the eyelid, and for that, as I mentioned, I'm going to be using this shimmery orange. So again, I'm taking this flat brush, which is going to ensure that it places the product right on top of the lid. And again, I'm going to place the product right on the center of the lid, and then just keep packing on the color because it's shimmer and I do not want any fallout. And then I go in the inner corner of my eye, not taking it too much in the inner corner, and then just going on the outer corner of my eye as well. So this is how steadily I am placing the product all over the lid and ensuring that, you know, the color in the crease and the color on the lid are all blended in together. That's how easy it was to apply this, and now I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other eye. What you can also do is, if you want the color to pop more, then you can use like a setting spray, or you know, just wet the brush with water and then dip into the color and then apply it on the lid. That's just going to intensify it even more. Now that I've applied the color on both of my eyes, I'm going to go back in with this blending brush, and I'm just going to make sure that both of these colors are blended in. And as you can see that I'm using such a light pressure, and I'm holding it right here so that it's really soft and well blended in. And I'm not adding too much pressure because then it's just going to, you know, mess up the entire thing. And then keep blending it until you're satisfied with the look. And this is how it should look like. Again, with this you can just add some eyeliner if you want to, and some kajal, and just lots and lots of mascara, and you'll be good to go. And it just looks so stunning. So as you all saw that this was so easy to do, I really hope you understood this two-step process, and all you need to do is just practice it and have some patience, and definitely you're gonna get this because it was so easy to do. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and share it with your friends as well. And also, last but definitely not the least, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. It'll really mean a lot, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.